The FBI and the DOJ say thousands of IT workers sent by North Korea to work remotely for U.S. companies using false IDs have sent millions of wages back to North Korea. They say don't trust recruiters.
Imagine you're a hiring manager at a Fortune 500 company. You just found the perfect candidate. He's a senior Java developer. He's willing to work for 20% less than market rate. He's available 24/7. His references are impeccable. He passes the background check. You ship him a company laptop, grant him access to your most sensitive servers, and send him his first paycheck. You think you've just solved your talent gap. What you don't know is that Jaden from California doesn't exist. He lives in a state-run dormitory in Pyongyang. He's a soldier in the DPRK's cyber army, and that $10,000 you just sent him, it's not going to his rent.
It's illegal in most countries to hire a fake North Korean employee. Number two, they're taking real jobs. And number three, they could not only compromise your company, but compromise your intellectual property.
It's going directly into North Korea's ballistic missile program. This isn't a what-if scenario. According to the FBI, this is happening right now in thousands of U.S. companies. It's the biggest infiltration in the history of corporate America, and your company might already be paying for it. How do they do it? How does a guy in North Korea pass as a guy in Nashville? They use something called laptop farms. The hackers hire people in the US, mules, to host laptops in their homes. These mules aren't always in on the crime. Sometimes they think they're just providing remote server hosting. The North Korean worker connects to the laptop via remote desktop software. When the company's IT department checks the IP address, it shows up as a residential home in the United States. Question: have you ever noticed a slight lag during a Zoom call with a remote colleague? You thought it was just bad Wi-Fi. In reality, that data was traveling halfway around the world through 3 VPNs just to reach a keyboard in Pyongyang. The FBI recently raided a house in Arizona and found over 50 company laptops running for employees who were actually state-sponsored hackers. These people were attending meetings, writing code, and most terrifyingly, stealing proprietary data. But what about the interview? You can't fake a live video interview, right? Wrong. The hackers use high-end AI, the same deepfake tech we talked about in my last video, to wear the face of the person on the ID. They use stolen identities from real Americans. If you're a US citizen who has ever been part of a data breach, your face and your social security number might be currently working as a lead developer for a tech startup. During the interview, they use voice modulators to flatten their accent. They keep the lighting dim. They blame camera issues for any glitches.
Well, nowadays, with AI technology, social media knowledge, and the ability to change things digitally, it is hard to know for sure what is real and what is not.
And once they're in, they are the perfect employees. They work harder than anyone else. Why? Because if they don't meet their quota of stolen money, their families back home face the consequences. They aren't just developers, they are hostages. The end goal isn't just a salary, it's a two-pronged attack. First, the revenue. North Korea is under heavy international sanctions. They are starved for cash. These thousands of remote workers are generating hundreds of millions of dollars a year in hard currency. This money bypasses sanctions and funds the very weapons that threaten the West. Second, the backdoor. As a developer, you have keys to the kingdom. You can insert a logic bomb into the company's software. You can steal trade secrets. You can map out the internal network for a future ransomware attack. The worker spends 6 months being the best employee you've ever had. Then, one day, they vanish. 2 weeks later, your entire company is encrypted and the ransom note is in Korean. They aren't just stealing your money, they are building a map of your destruction. This is the silent invasion. It's a war being fought in Jira tickets and Slack channels. The FBI has issued multiple warnings, but the problem is getting worse. Why? Because remote work is now the standard. Companies are desperate for talent, and the DPRK hackers are better at the interview game than actual US developers. Think about the person you're working with right now. You've never met them in person. You only see them through a 720p webcam. You've seen their cat walk across their desk. You've heard their kids in the background. All of that can be faked. The cat, a video loop. The kids, an audio file. The office, a digital background. We are living in an era where proof of personhood is the most valuable commodity on Earth. So how do you protect yourself? How do you know if your colleague is a ghost? The FBI says to look for red flags. If an employee refuses to appear on video, or if their background never changes, or if they suggest a specific laptop hosting service, you need to dig deeper. This isn't just an HR problem, it's a national security problem. If you want to see exactly how the FBI caught the Arizona laptop farm, I've linked the full report in the description.